Hello, I'm Kendrick and welcome to Head to Head for Stage 3 Week 4. Let's take a journey together into the schedule and look at the most hyped up matches for this week. On Wednesday, we're going to get a loud crowd. That much is guaranteed for the Houston Outlaws versus Los Angeles Valiant game. It should be a good watch too, as their history so far has been limited. They've only played once in the past, back in Week 3 of Stage 2, with Valiant locking up the Outlaws with a clean 4-0. The Outlaws have been doing well since then, in the grand scheme of things, but for whatever reason are not performing to their usual standard in this stage so far, sitting at a rocky 3-3 win-loss. However, as Jake figures out his tracer, the team should get a small bump in their performance. As for the Valiant, they're on fire currently, winning 5 out of the 6 games played this stage. Bunny was definitely a worthwhile investment for the Valiant, as they've been using him way more than Seoul ever would. His more independent playstyle is synergizing well with how the Valiant plays, and I'm excited to see more of him if they decide to play him. In the overall league standings, the Houston Outlaws are ranked 7th and Los Angeles Valiant 5th. Something to note, the Fuel is now unable to qualify for the playoffs, giving them a nothing to lose mentality. It'll be interesting to see how they express this in the upcoming game against the Mayhem. Now, before we move on to the next match, we'll have to wait for AKM to charge his blade. Okay, to keep this video 4 minutes shorter, we're gonna move on. For Thursday's set of matches, it's a tough choice as all 3 of these games will actually be really entertaining. Gladiators are playing really well recently, bringing top tier teams like the Valiant and NYXL consistently to Game 5. Shock has seemingly powered up since the beginning of Stage 3, sitting pretty at a 4th in the stage standings. On the other hand, Fusion and Dynasty are basically tied currently, and this game will propel the victor forward in the stage. Although, if I had to choose one, it would be the San Francisco Shock versus New York XL. It would surely be one hell of a redemption arc for the Shock if they managed to pull this one off. But after watching NYXL seemingly be able to reverse sweep at will against the Fusion and Gladiators, my money is on New York. At the end of the day, at least we'll get to see 2 mechanically gifted teams go at it. In the stage ranking so far, NYXL is 3rd and Shock is 4th. But in the overall league rankings, NYXL 1st, Shock 9th. Moving on to Friday, if I'm being honest, I see 2 predictable games and 1 question mark. Houston is again making the list this week, as I'm just too curious how this game will play out. In the past, Houston 4-0'd the Gladiators in the 3rd week of Stage 1, and the Gladiators 3-2'd Houston in Week 4 of Stage 2. Obviously the Gladiators have been improving, but so have the Outlaws. This game will prove if Fissure gave the Gladiators that extra bit of IQ and handsomeness to push their way in front of Houston. In the stage standings, Houston are 8th, with the Gladiators at 5th. In the league standings, Houston 7th, Gladiators 8th. To wrap up the week on Saturday, we're getting NYXL versus Seoul Dynasty, and I know it's becoming a cop-out to choose the NYXL, but come on, I wish I could choose Shanghai, I really do. Let's take a look at the history between these 2 elites. In the preseason, Seoul took the initial lead with a smooth 3-1 victory over NYXL, but New York quickly found their footing in Week 3 of the first stage, taking their Korean rivals to Game 5. The last time these teams tangoed was Week 4 of Stage 2 with another Game 5 and another victory for the NYXL. Will this week go to another Game 5? This isn't a match you'll want to miss. Munchkin versus Saebyeolbe, Pine versus Fleta, JjoNak versus Ryujehong. It'll be a night to remember. In the stage standings, NYXL is 3rd and Seoul is 6th. In the league standings, NYXL is 1st, Seoul 4th. To end off, feel free to let us know in the comments what specifically you're looking forward to this week from the matches, and drop a hashtag #NotMyDarren if you enjoyed this video. This has been Kendrick from Akshon Esports. Thanks for watching.